Now are you tired of all the lies that disguised by faith dabblers, fallacious claim makers that's faker than snake handlers, mad at us cause we ask the questions to straight dismantle her, intellectually weak and they piss they can't handle us. It's kind of funny how they always quick to throw at homonyms when all the wisdom of Solomon ain't enough for calming them. Your lack of belief is just like a bomb to them, and every time you ask for proof it's just bringing harm to them. I'm gonna take a stab at destroying one of the fundamental arguments used by apologists. Now maybe some of you have thought of this before, and if so, cool, but if not, feel free to use this if you think it works. You know, this whole objective morality dance is one of the most often used pieces of absurdity ever uttered by apologists. And it pretty much goes as follows. Theists will claim that humans acquired morality from God. And God, by his very nature, is all good and just. So his laws would only be a manifestation of his nature, rendering them good and just. Since we evil little atheists don't believe in God's existence, we have no basis or source for objective morality. Balderdash. Now, first what we need to do is we need to define the term objective. Because there are many definitions for this word, but I'll only be focusing on the ones relevant to this discussion. Definition 1. Not influenced by personal feelings, interpretations, or prejudice, based on fact. Definition 2. Pertaining to something that can be known, existing independent of thought or an observer as part of reality. Now ask yourself. No, really, ask yourself. Which part of any of those two definitions applies to their source of morality? Because they claim the source of their morality is God. But this source is hardly objective. As a matter of fact, I think it's safe to say that of all the beliefs, concepts, inventions, etc., conjured by man, God is the most subjective of all. Because most of the people that have ever believed in God's existence can't seem to agree on what God is. What does God look like? What's God's motives? What's God's character? And most importantly, none of them have yet to show any evidence that would prove his existence convincingly, objectively. Now, sure, they go about making a great show out of it. They form their little argument in such a fashion that, to gullible eyes and ears, it appears valid. But see, the thing is, an argument can be valid and not sound. So I assert that because the ultimate source of their morality is an unproven subjective construct, they cannot have a basis for objective morality. So no, I'm not going to let them go through their whole song and dance. I'm pulling their punk card early. They still have all of their work to do to prove the existence of their deities. And they have to do this first before I even entertain the rest of their crap. To paraphrase a comment from my friend, It's the Superfly, morality is subjective, and it is dependent on what you put value in. I put value in human life. There are those who don't, and we have a word for them: sociopaths. As far as the origins of morality go, we evolved that over time. And guess what? You can still see it evolving today. Because what people thought was moral and right when my grandmother was a little girl has changed a whole lot now. No new commandments necessary.